Fine beast, Mr. Bates.
He is that, Doctor. Mrs. Gibson knew a good animal when she saw one.
He was hurt?
Oh, yes.
How did Mrs. Gibson get on with the staff?
You won't find anyone with a word to say against her.
Including Miss Dunbar?
Well, I don't know how she met her death. But this I do know. We all liked her. And we all hated him for the way he treated her. He's a villain, Dr. Watson. A damn villain.
That's strong language, Mr. Bates.
Yeah, well, I've nothing to lose now by speaking my mind. I've given him notice. 2 more weeks, and I'll be free of his slavery.
I was told that your family's worked on this land for generations.
Yeah, my great-grandfather was the first estate manager, and it's been father to son ever since. But not anymore. I want you to give Mr. Holmes a message. Will you do that?
What is the message?
Gibson's not what he seems. All these good works and charities and the rest, it's all fake. He's plausible, and he's cunning, and he's not to be trusted.
I believe my wife was planning to murder Miss Dunbar.
Indeed.
Maria was bitterly jealous of Grace and of the influence she had over me.
Yes, the hospitals, the charity work, the famine relief. Cummings furnished me with a list most impressive.
Well, my wife had never been able to turn my mind in that direction.
And so, she was jealous?
Mr. Holmes, she was crazy with hatred.
That fact seems to have eluded Miss Dunbar, at least until their final meeting.
Maria was a clever woman, well able to keep her feelings hidden.
Except from you, seemingly.
You don't get far in this life unless you can see under the skin of people.
Very true.
I think that there was a scuffle, the gun went off, and shot the woman who was holding it.
But Miss Dunbar denies any such thing?
Well, that's not necessarily final, is it?
What do you mean?
I mean, she would have been bewildered, in shock. She could easily have hurried home and hidden the gun, not knowing what she was doing.
And now she's trying to lie her way out of it?
Well, yes. Yes, exactly.
Here you are, Doctor. The gun room.
Very impressive, Mr. Ferguson.
There are over 300 handguns in the collection. The earliest is 14th century Chinese.
A rich man's hobby.
I suppose so.
And the murder weapon?
An 18th century Spanish revolver. I identified it for the police.
As part of this collection.
I knew it at once.
You're familiar with all these guns?
Part of my duties.
As private secretary? An unusual part?
Mr. Gibson is an unusual man.
Where was it kept?
Cabinet number 10.
You don't keep these cabinets locked?
Mr. Gibson's orders.
What about ammunition? Is that more secure?
Most of the collection's kept loaded at all times.
Good God. Do you approve of that?
One does not disapprove of the senator.
Not openly.
The police still have the gun, of course, but I can show you the case here.
Thank you. This case is made for 2 guns.
Yes.
Then where's the other one?
I'm afraid I don't know.
The second gun is missing.
Yeah. I thought that might interest you.
This is an interesting case all round. What else did you discover?
I'll tell you when we get to where we're going.
What is this place?
It's Mr. Bates' private firing range.
Is the entire household obsessed with guns?
Your Gold King certainly is. He has his own range, indoors. Mechanical targets, soundproof shields, all the latest gadgets.
Whereas Mr. Bates amuses himself with empty bottles perched on a wall. Intriguing contrast. Why are we here?
Because it's a good way from the house. We can talk unobserved.
Well, hardly unremarked. I don't suppose many visitors to Thor Place end up here.
No, I thought of that. I borrowed these from Bates. Not as exotic as anything from the Gibson collection, but just as effective.
He wasn't surprised?
I told him that target practice helped you think.
And he believed you?
Well, why shouldn't he? It's no stranger than playing the violin, starving yourself, or sitting up all night smoking.
A devotee of the Strand magazine, is he?
I have my followers, just as you have yours now. The governess, Miss Dunbar. The estate manager, Mr. Bates. The private secretary, Mr. Ferguson. and Mr. J. Neil Gibson.
I see we've been thinking on parallel lines.
Choose your weapon, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. Bullets?
Already loaded.
Ah,
Shall we?
lead on. Now, what's it to be? 20 paces and turn and fire?
Yeah, sounds about right.
20. Miss Dunbar is innocent.
Your reasoning.
Imagine yourself in her character.
All right.
In a cold, premeditated fashion, you're about to get rid of a rival.
I planned it. I've written the note to lure her to the bridge. I have my gun.
You face her and you shoot, workmanlike and complete. What do you do next?
I get rid of the murder weapon.
By the quickest, cleanest method.
I throw it in the stream.
Of course you do. You're not going to do anything so stupid as take it home and hide it carefully in the first place where anyone's going to search. You'd ruin your reputation as a criminal.
Perhaps in the heat of the moment.
No.
Or a deliberate ploy to throw us off the scent.
No. Miss Dunbar is innocent.
Good shooting.
Thank you.
And as it happens, I agree with you.
Yes, I thought you might. Now, once your point of view changes, so does everything else. The one thing that was so damning becomes our strongest clue.
Someone put the gun in the wardrobe to incriminate Miss Dunbar. But who?
Mr. Bates
Holmes?
was next on your list, I think. Motive?
I'm not sure. Perhaps he doesn't have one.
Tell me about him.
Well, he hates Gibson.
Indeed.
It's hardly surprising, really. Bates' family have managed this estate for generations, and now here's this upstart American making sweeping changes left, right, and center.
Does Bates hate him enough to kill his wife and frame the woman he loves?
No, I don't think so. For one thing, he was very fond of Maria Gibson.
He told you so?
He didn't need to. And for another, how could killing her change anything anyway?
It couldn't. Getting rid of Grace Dunbar might. The Gold King, with nothing to live for, set sail back to America.
That part's plausible. But not killing the woman to do it, I don't believe it. Besides, Bates has resigned. If you were right, he'd stay in the job long enough to see if his plan worked.
Well, be my guest.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I've stayed in practice.
Is that a joke, Doctor?
Certainly not.
Good. Mr. Ferguson.
He's a sort of Gibson in training. General opinion in the servants' hall is that he thinks his master can do no wrong. I rather got the impression that things have changed.
Well done. He disapproves of the new direction, the charity work.
How do you know?
Gibson told me.
Then Ferguson isn't as good at hiding his feelings as he thinks he is. That's a strong motive. Remove Miss Dunbar, and the old days may well come back again.
Unfortunately, Gibson also told me that Ferguson was in London on the night of the murder.
Provable?
Ironically enough, he was collecting a charity award on Gibson's behalf. Several hundred witnesses of impeccable honesty.
Your turn, I think.
Thank you.
Which leaves us with the Gold King himself.
Motive. Remove the obstacle to happiness with Miss Dunbar.
Opportunity? Ample.
And barefaced cheek? Enormous. Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've been retained by a murderer to solve his own crime. What else?
The pistols. Who was better placed to take them? And Holmes. The second gun, the one that's missing. That was the murder weapon, not the one the police found at all. Gibson fired off one round from that one, then hid it in the wardrobe, and used the matching weapon to kill his wife. Afterwards, he just threw it in the river.
Very sound reasoning. But why implicate the woman he loves?
Whew. I don't know. A blind?
I've never been carrying barefaced cheek too far, I think, even for him.
Well then?
Why do I keep seeing that chip in the stonework?
I've no idea.
Yes, unfortunately, neither have I. Why? What? Oh, my dear Watson.
Holmes? You've got it.
With the help of the God of Justice, I'll give them a case that'll make England ring.
Then it was Gibson.
J. Neil Gibson. Oh, no, my friend. It was someone quite different. Very well. The clouds are lifting, and the light of truth is breaking through.
I hope you have more to offer than second-rate poetry, Holmes.
I believe I have. Mr. Cummings.
Mr. Holmes?
The string, if you please.
Here you are. But I really don't see what
Patience, patience. Watson, your revolver.
Here.
Excellent. Got a solid firearm. How did it compare with the murder weapon, Mr. Gibson?
I'd say it was a touch smaller.
Probably a touch lighter, I fancy. Well, no matter. It will serve. Mr. Cummings, take charge of these, would you?
Of course.
Holmes, if you know who killed my wife, why can't you just come out and say so?
Because knowing is one thing, proving is quite another. Watson here has seen me miss my mark before.
Is he about to again?
Well, we can but try. Find me a stone. There's a good chap.
I beg your pardon?
A stone, round, reasonably smooth, about so big. There are plenty over there.
This better be good.
Now, if I tie one end of the string to the gun and the other to... Oh, come along, Senator. It's a simple enough task. Pretend you're looking for gold.
This is hardly a time for levity, Holmes.
No, you're quite right. Now, if you'll hold the stone for a moment so that I can get my string securely around it.
Mr. Holmes, what are you suggesting?
Not now, Mr. Cummings. Don't anticipate the climax.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, Mr. Gibson, if you'll relinquish your stone to Watson.
With pleasure.
Thank you. Doctor, if you'll walk straight across to the other edge of the bridge. Very well. And lower the stone over the side.
Right.
If I gauge the length of string correctly, it should stop just above the water level.
Let's see. Yes, you're right. Ready to take the strain?
Ready.
I'm letting go now.
Holmes. Now, I'm standing where Mrs. Gibson stood, and I've done everything that Mrs. Gibson did. The string, the stone, the gun, the fatal shot. I fall backwards and let go of the gun. Now, if you examine the stonework.
A new chip.
Not 2 inches from the old one.
Yes, your gun may have been lighter than hers, Doctor, but it was pulled over that balustrade with just as much force. Drag the river, Cummings, and you'll find Mrs. Gibson's suicide weapon lying right next to Watson's pistol. Was there ever a more exact demonstration? Senator?
My God.
Your gun all right, is it?
Oh, yeah. Seen far worse than a quick dip in a stream.
Good. Do you know, I don't think we've ever come across a stranger example of what perverted love can bring about.
I agree with you. To plan it all out like that.
Remarkable subtlety of mind, the late Mrs. Gibson. Extracting that note from her victim and changing it the way she did. I believe that's unique.
Well, you should know.
Yes.
Yeah, good as new.
Splendid.
Until the next time, I suppose.
A drink?
Yes, thank you. You know...
What?
I was very impressed with Miss Dunbar. We've helped a remarkable woman.
And a formidable man.
Yes, indeed. Do you suppose they'll join forces in the future?
It seems likely. Powerful combination.
Oh, yes.
One that'll make its mark on the world. Here.
No question. Thank you. Two very different people, of course.
But with more in common than is visible to the naked eye. A recipe for success.
Is that a fact?
So I've heard.
Your very good health.
And yours.
In The Problem of Thor Bridge, Sherlock Holmes was played by Clive Merrison and Dr. Watson by Michael Williams, with William Hootkins as J. Neil Gibson and Charlotte Attenborough as Grace Dunbar. Maria Gibson was played by Gilly Bond, Joyce Cummings by Charles Simpson, Marlowe Bates by Michael Tudor Barnes, Ferguson by Mark Straker, the police sergeant by George Parsons, the policemen by David Antrobus and Joshua Taub, and the warder by Don McCorkindale. Other parts were played by members of the cast. The violinist was Leonard Friedman.